Good day, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Ahmet, and I'm a part of a Busybody consultancy group. Today we will provide you an in-depth analysis about Singtel. Singtel is a telecommunications company founded in 1879 in Singapore. The company's vision is to be Asia-Pacific's best multimedia solutions group. And mission of the company is enabling communication by breaking barriers, building bonds. Singtel has three business divisions. Group Consumer Division focuses on providing of communication and technology services like pay TV and broadband service to consumers. Group Enterprise Division focuses on providing mobile, voice and IT services for companies and governments. And Group Digital Life focuses on digital advertising and data analytics. Singtel started as a local firm, but now they have operations in 8 different countries. They employ more than 23,000 people, and now they have over 500 million mobile customers. In terms of financial performance, we can say that Singtel did a great job in the last 3 years. Their market cap increased by more than 20% during the last 2 years. Also, their share price increased by 24% in the same time period. Their EBITDA is more than $5 billion, which creates about 30.6% of their operating revenues in the last year.
Thank you, Ahmed. Let us now consider the macro environment in which Singtel operates. Firstly, let's look at political factor. The support from government for companies like Singtel's comes in the form of grants from Media Development Authority (MDA) and Infocom Development Authority of Singapore or IDA. Secondly, we move on to the economic factor. Reasonably good economic condition affects consumers' ability to pay for the services. However, there is a large amount of competition in terms of pricing. This poses a challenge in maintaining profit margin. We move on to the social factors. Services Singtel provide are generally essential in the modern lifestyle. This social factor bids positively for Singtel. In the technological realm, rapid and significant technological changes creates new consumer demands and the need for Singtel to continuously upgrade their network infrastructures. In the legal environment, there is anti-monopolistic policies implemented by governments. Also, there are stringent IDA and MDA regulations with regards to service quality and reasonable pricing. There is also Singapore's Personal Data Protection Act implemented in 2012. Let us move on to industry analysis through Porter's 5 forces. Firstly, we have the degree of rivalry, which is high. Singtel's competition has expanded beyond traditional telecommunications company to include those in the digital space, like content owners and numerous over-the-top players. Secondly, there is high degree of substitutes. The availability of internet-based communication applications like WhatsApp are actively replacing calls and SMSs. Also, there is high number of digital applications internationally available to customers. Thirdly, there is high degree of suppliers bargaining power. These are mainly handset manufacturers. Consumers expect to have access to these popular phones like iPhones, HTCs, and Singtel is therefore compelled to purchase these phones from the manufacturers in order to meet customers' demand. There is low degree of customers bargaining power. For the core businesses in Singapore, the market has oligopoly structure, in which it is dominated by the 3 main players. Customers have no other options, and the pricing of the companies are about the same level. There is low degree of threat of new entry. For the core business, there is high capital investment needed. However, for the up and rising peripheral businesses like development of applications, there can be high threat of new entry due to low barriers to entry and also minimal capital investments required. Let us now give the time to Ching-Woon, who will bring you through SWOT analysis and strategic implementation framework.
Thank you, Stephanie. We will now look at the SWOT analysis for Singtel. Firstly, Singtel has valuable assets in terms of its large subscriber base and many customer relationships. This gives Singtel the foundation to develop new products and services. Secondly, Singtel has pervasive customer touchpoints regionally, giving many avenues to create compelling customer engagement. Thirdly, due to their experience in Singapore and Australia, Singtel is in a very good position to help their associates as their markets evolve from voice-centric to data-centric. And lastly, Singtel and its regional associates have extensive infrastructure and networks. We'll now move on to the weaknesses. Firstly, Singtel has a tendency to make bad acquisitions which have led to huge losses for the group. Secondly, despite Singtel's efforts to enhance customer experiences, there are still many weaknesses and areas of improvement as can be seen from customer feedback. And lastly, Singtel's large size and bureaucratic structure may hinder the speed of decision making. The main opportunity for Singtel will be the rise of OTT players and the proliferation of high-tech mobile devices, as these have boosted demand for mobile data. And at the same time, the emergence of OTT players is a threat to Singtel's traditional revenue streams from voice and SMS. Lastly, along with rapid advancement in technology, consumers are now highly informed and have high expectations. We will now move on to the strategy implementation framework. To succeed in the digital era, Singtel has put in place a dual transformation strategy which entails the strengthening of its core businesses and the building of new growth engines. At the core of this strategy is the need for innovation and a global mindset. Using the strategy implementation framework, we found that Singtel sought to create this environment via 4 areas. Firstly, the 3 business units under the new organization are structured along customer segments instead of geographical lines, and this structure enables Singtel to sharpen its customer focus and create opportunities for innovation. In addition, Singtel embraces a culture to allow innovation to flourish. The group has a collective mindset of constant experimentation and a fail fast but fail cheap mentality. Next, the core values of Singtel foster a high-performance culture. Lastly, employees are given opportunities to acquire new perspectives, knowledge, and skills. For incentives, Singtel provides competitive performance-based pays to recognize employee contributions. Exemplary performance is recognized in many ways. These incentives motivate continued excellence while ensuring ongoing relevance to evolving business and market contexts. The company's culture and incentives attract and retain people who are skilled in their specific trades and have global mindsets. Believing that diversity fosters innovation and creative solutions to business challenges, Singtel has been working towards an increasingly global pool of talent across multiple generations and organizational levels. Cheryl will now talk about the Group Digital Life segment.
Thank you, Jingwen. Group Digital Life focuses on providing mobile video, digital advertising, and data analytics functions. Using the 3Cs framework, we found that Singtel's Group Digital Life caters to both businesses and consumers. Both groups of customers have generally high levels of knowledge about the products and services which they desire, and thus they have high expectations in terms of the quality of services provided. In addition, the low switching costs from one service provider to another exacerbates the need for greater efficiency in the provision of these services. Group Digital Life's competencies include a large regional customer base in Asia, highly advanced technology in payment mechanisms, and data analytics engines to enable data to be tapped by advertisers and media agencies to make better decisions about their marketing campaigns. Its establishment of extensive customer touchpoints encourage B2B selling of information and more efficient sales of products to customers through increased accuracy of hyperlocal information that allows GDL to cater well to customer preferences. Singtel faces growing competition from digital services provided by companies dealing in big data and from the multitude of firms producing digital applications available in the international market. Now, let's look at Group Digital Life's strategies. Firstly, it aims to create new growth avenues and revenue platforms such as digital advertising and big data through research and development in these upcoming areas. With the increasing use of mobile devices as the main device for consumers to shop online, there is huge growth potential for B2B sales of consumer data for businesses which wish to leverage on such information to sell their products and services more effectively. Group Digital Life seeks to address this need through investments in unique technology that allows real-time data collection while ensuring privacy of individuals through maintaining anonymity of data. Secondly, Group Digital Life also hopes to enhance Singtel's core communications offerings, mainly through mergers and acquisitions. This is to increase the quality of customer experience and in turn increase customer loyalty. These enhancements have been achieved by its active involvement in acquiring companies such as Gradient X, which offers access to multiple advertising channels and formats. More recently, in 2014, Singtel Group Digital Life implemented acquisitions of Adconian and Conterra Technologies to increase its digital capabilities and efficiency. Also, Through the development of applications providing hyperlocal content such as Hungry Go Where, Singtel improves customer experience through remembering their preferences and localizing products and services that cater to their needs. Back to you, Ahmed.
Thank you, Cheryl. Looking at our analysis of Singtel and its pillar of group digital life, it is apparent that there is room for improvement. We come up with some recommendations which Singtel should consider. To start with group digital life recommendations, Singtel should look into increasing geographical coverage of digital applications and cater the applications to consumers using location-specific technology. And secondly, Singtel should continue with its inorganic growth strategy as a channel to leverage on others' competencies to satisfy customer needs. To continue with our recommendations to Singtel as a whole business group, our team feels that Singtel has done very well in aligning its strategies to the business environment, and we have come up with 2 recommendations for Singtel to capitalize on future opportunities. First one is about overseas market penetration. Since Singtel has presence in countries with less saturated markets such as those with less than 30% mobile penetration, they should capitalize on this by increasing consumer reach in those countries. This signals tremendous potential for growth and also value capture. This approach is also more cost efficient than continuing to expand to other countries. Secondly, despite the threat of OTT players replacing traditional voice and SMS services, it is important to note that telcos remain the glue that bind OTT providers to their customers. Singtel is thus in a good position to capture and monetize the growth in mobile data. As such, it should aim to become the preferred network provider for customers through improving speed, capacity, and reliability of data connectivity. This will ensure that Singtel maintains relationships with its customers who are less reliant on traditional call and text services. Thank you for your attention. Have a nice day.